Hi, I'm Axel. If you love gambling, then you'll love Rolling Ribbons. It has all the benefits of gambling without costing you a single cent. You spend Kuva for a chance to get a God Roll ribbon. It will only cost you some of your time and maybe your sanity. I remember a year ago, I finally got my hands on a Vectis ribbon. I was so excited because I'd seen what other people could do when they had a God Roll ribbon for their Vectis. And I was like, I want a one-shot Eidolon limbs as well. So I spent all of the following week farming Kuva. And after infusing every last drop into the ribbon, this was the best roll I got. Yes, the crit chance and damage is what I want, but the negative puncture is what kills this roll. Usually having a negative IPS isn't that bad, but when it's the main source of the weapon's base damage, as well as being a physical damage type that deals bonus damage to Eidolons, it makes it so that sometimes I don't one-shot the limbs. Therefore, I'm going to roll it some more, and for that, I need Kuva. For quick Kuva gains to deal with your addiction for the day, you want to do Kuva Siphon missions. They only take 3 or 4 minutes, and after you destroy the Kuva sucking machine, you will get 550 to 700 Kuva, or double that for the Kuva floods. As these missions cannot be endless mission types, I would recommend Lightning Boy for extermination and the Fairy Princess for everything else. But for mobile defense, skip these, unless it's the Kuva flood. As for builds, you want to mod Vault for max strength and duration. This will make you go faster for longer. Ironically, what my girlfriends wished for. You then want to pair Speedy Boy with a weapon that makes big explosions, like the Kuva Brahma, Kuva Tsar, or a Zor with Exodia Contagion. These are the builds that I use, and as for the Fairy Princess Titania, the only essential mod is Razorwing Blitz. The rest are just to your liking. And this is my Dex Pixia build. For those who don't know, this is how to destroy a Kuva Siphon. First, you have to find it. Lucky for us, once you're around 60 meters away from it, the game will show you where it is. After some time, one of these dangly things called braids will start sucking. You will also hear a shrieking noise in the direction the braid is pointing at. The noise will lead you to a Kuva cloud, which can be destroyed by void dashing, void blasting, or by shooting it with your amp. It only takes one hit to disappear, and once the Kuva cloud disappears, it will destroy the braid on the siphon. Repeat another 3 times to destroy the Kuva Siphon and receive your Kuva. Now if you want more Kuva, then you can farm it in 3 endless missions. Kuva Survival, which is more like a defense, Kuva Disruption, and Arbitrations. Because my name starts with an A, let's talk about Arbitrations first. This is the best method if you want shiny sculptures and Kuva at the same time. You have a high chance of receiving Endo or an Iotan sculpture after each rotation, but what we really want is the Vitus Essence. Arbitration drones have a chance to drop these, but due to playing solo, because I have no friends, you will get the majority of your Vitus Essence from completed rotations. That means the best arbitration missions to do solo would be Disruption, Interception, and Infested Salvage. You can complete around 15 rotations every hour when doing these mission types. That means you are guaranteed a bare minimum of 15 Vitus Essence every hour. But you need 25 Vitus Essence to purchase 10,000 Kuva from the arbitration representative. As some of the builds are used multiple times, I will show them at the end of the video. But Axel, what if the arbitration is not Disruption, Interception, or Infested Salvage? Should I still do it? If you want Endo as well as Kuva, then yeah, you can still do it. But if you just want Kuva, then Kuva Survival or Disruption would be the better option. Without boosters, they both reward pretty much the same amount of Kuva in 1 hour. Assuming you complete every rotation in 4 minutes and kill every Demolisher for Disruption, and put a Kuva Catalyst in every life support tower and none of them getting destroyed for Survival, you will get 7,950 Kuva for Disruption and 8,000 for Survival. But if you have a resource booster, then screw Disruption and do the Survival. You will get 16,000 Kuva every hour for Survival, while only 10,950 Kuva for Disruption. This is due to Kuva from rotation rewards not being affected by boosters. If you're feeling extra adventurous, You can play these missions on the Steel Path difficulty to farm Steel Essence at the same time. Acolytes spawn every 4 or 5 minutes, and once defeated, they will drop 2 Steel Essence, resulting in around 24 Steel Essence every hour or 48 with a booster. If you go to Teshin in any relay, you can purchase 10,000 Kuva for 15 Steel Essence, but once every 8 weeks, you can purchase 50,000 Kuva for 55 Steel Essence. Now that you know all the main ways of farming Kuva, this is how I like to do it. First, complete the sortie. This is optional, but you do have a chance to get 6,000 Kuva. Next, complete the Kuva Flood and quick Kuva Siphon missions. The normal Kuva Siphon missions can be skipped if you have slow loading times, but you definitely want to do the Kuva Flood. After that, spend 50 minutes to an hour in the endless mission of your choice. Depending on how many Kuva Siphon missions you did, would determine how long you have to stay in the endless mission. Once you have stayed in for long enough, head to Extraction and complete the next lot of Kuva Siphon missions before heading back into an endless mission. The following builds are just some recommendations, and there are definitely other viable builds that can be used. For everything but Kuva Survival, I would use Ash with this build. This mod combination allows for 20 seconds of invisibility, the ability to strip armor for the demolishers, and being able to boost your damage with Raw. Raw can be infused onto his 3rd or 4th ability, depending on which ability you prefer to keep. If you do somehow take damage, you can fully replenish your shields with 1 cast of Raw or 2 casts of Shuriken if you have a Decaying Dragon Key equipped. As for Arcanes, you want to use Arcane Energize for more energy, and the other Arcane slot is a flex slot, so you can put whatever you want here, but I would recommend Arcane Acceleration or Rage. For Kuva Survival, I like to use Vauban with a max range and duration build. For all the cheapskates out there, you're in luck, because you don't need any former or the helmet system for this build to work. How it works is pretty simple. Once you're at a life support tower, activate your 4th ability Vortex once or twice. Reactivate it when required and repeat at the next life support tower. As for primaries, I would recommend either the Kuva Brahma or the Kuva Tsar. For the Kuva Brahma and Tsar, this is the build you want to use. Vial Acceleration can be switched for a Bane mod if you are using Arcane Acceleration. For secondaries, I would recommend a Kuva Nucor with this build. You mainly use this to prime demolishers with viral stacks to deal the most damage to them. Now for melees, I would recommend the Glaive Prime with this build. The build focuses around thrown heavy attacks, which can be done by holding down your melee key to throw the glaive. Once it has reached the target, press the melee heavy attack button, which is default to mouse button 3 for PC players. The glaive will explode, then return to the player. Zenrik would be the focus skill you want to use, so then you can utilize Energizing Dash to regenerate your energy. For companions, you either want to use a Smita Kavat, Sly Volpaphyla, or Djinn. The Sly Volpaphyla and Djinn can resurrect themselves after they die, while the Smita Kavat has a chance to double the Vitus Essence or Kuva you pick up, but not double the Vitus Essence or Kuva you get from rotations. Finally, Operator Arcanes. You want to use Magnus Lockdown to tether the demolishers in disruptions, and either Magnus Elevate or Repair to heal your Warframe. That is how you farm Kuva without any friends. If you found it helpful, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content, and leave a comment down below. And as always, thank you for watching.